What is certain is that Joanna endured decades of what today would be considered psychological torture. Her children were taken from her, her royal prerogatives were exercised in her name by men who kept her locked away. Her only constant companion was her own isolation. In rare moments when visitors were permitted, she reportedly asked about affairs of state, revealing a mind still engaged with the world beyond her walls, despite everything done to crush her spirit. Joanna's final years at Tordesillas grew ever more constrained. As an elderly woman in her 70s, she found even her religious practices restricted. When she embraced certain Protestant ideas brought to her attention by sympathetic attendants, her son's representatives intervened, fearing political consequences if the imprisoned queen showed heretical leanings. Even her conscience belonged to others. On April 12, 1555, Joanna of Castile died at Tordesillas, having spent most of her 75 years as a captive. She was buried in the Royal Chapel of Granada beside Philip, reunited in death with the husband whose treatment had begun her downfall. Her son Charles, the emperor on whose dominions the sun never set, ordered appropriate royal ceremonies for the mother he had kept imprisoned all his adult life. The cold stone tombs of Granada contain a different truth than the official histories. Beneath the marble effigies lies a woman who legally held the throne of Spain's greatest empire, yet never truly reigned. A queen whose power was so feared that 3 generations of men conspired to lock her away. A mind labeled mad because madness was the only acceptable explanation for a woman who refused to quietly accept her place. Perhaps the most haunting aspect of Joanna's story is not what we know, but what remains unanswerable. In the long, silent hours of her captivity, what thoughts filled her mind? Did she come to believe the madness attributed to her, or did she maintain an inner clarity that made her imprisonment all the more torturous? Did she find solace in the faith that dominated her era, or did her religious explorations represent a final attempt to claim some freedom of thought in a life where all other freedoms had been denied? The stone walls of Tordesillas have crumbled to ruins, but they still guard their secrets.